We're migrating 3 bubble apps with thousands of users to Next.js. We found that if you know how to add a log the user in workflow in Bubble, you already understand how authentication works in Next.js and Supabase using AI. For those new here, I run a dev agency and school community. In this video, we're setting up login, logout, and protecting some of our pages similar to how you would do in Bubble. We'll use AI to create the login page, write the authentication workflows, and secure the dashboard so only logged in users can access it. So now we're going to be looking at the workflow tab equivalent in the world of code. This is relatively straightforward. So we're going to be trying to make a simple login page. So just to recap, in our previous videos, we've set up a Supabase database with some listings. We've set up a basic repeating group front-end equivalent to view some listings. Now we're going to try and log in as a particular user. So previously we had created users in the authentication section manually. Now I just want to log in as this user so that I can view only my listings. Right now, these are public active listings. So I just want a button, click, go to a login page, log the user in, and then go to an internal dashboard, after which I can just verify current user is logged in or something like that. Now, login isn't something complicated. Code seems complicated, but if you try and take a look, it's like, okay, it's just fairly straightforward. Supabase provides authentication built in, and if I look at the exact line of code, it'll be like this. So sign in with password. This is log the user in. That's the equivalent one-to-one. There's a bunch of stuff around it, things like handling a cookie, handling some other stuff, but log the user in is this, sign up is this, okay? And everything else you need is just literally an input with email, input with password, button on login, button on click, sign up. Like, it's regular normal stuff you would do in no code in Bubble, which you're doing in code here. So the code itself isn't that complicated. Let me open the editor and just quickly ask Claude to hook this up. Okay, so my previous thread has done a bunch of stuff. I can use the same thread or I can clear it. In this particular case, just clearing and starting with a fresh pair of eyes sometimes helps a little bit, okay? So I've just cleared the context. Now this is a blank junior developer with no idea about what we're trying to do and what the project is. The first thing you should do is, can you use Supabase MCP server to get documentation around login, sign up in Next.js? Yeah, that should be enough. So now it's gonna basically, this AI agent, its own LLM knowledge is fairly okay, but making it get fresh knowledge from Supabase's documentation, how Supabase auth works, how Supabase login sign up works, Next.js, and just make it a bit fresh. It returned too much documentation. Now it's trying to trim a little bit, and then it's gonna let me login only is fine for now. I don't really need sign up, but yeah, Next.js, it managed to find the doc and it's just refreshing its memory. Okay. The other thing is we need a login page in general. Let's go to chat.cn. It has blocks for authentication already. Block, login, simple login page, it's fine. I mean, there's the 2-column one as well, the regular one. I tend to like actually this one quite a bit as well, but we'll just go with this one for now. So npx chat.cn login, use this to add a simple login page. I'm recording a YouTube tutorial showing Next.js plus Supabase to Bubble developers. This current video is about the workflow tab, so keep the implementation super simple and go step by step. In this current first instance, all I want is a login button on the index page, and that button takes me to a new login page. No workflow yet. Okay. Otherwise, it'll just start hammering, run through and quickly implement the whole thing. But I actually want to show it step by step for the tutorial. So yeah, it's installing the login page. The component's going to appear here in a bit. It's here. So if I open this, login form is here. Some other components are here as well. These are individual granular components. Again, what's the equivalent? The equivalent is these individual components. Okay. And then it's gonna create the login page. So this is the equivalent of new page called login, and the page has basically nothing in it as such. What this edit was just to create a login button on the index page. So here somewhere it'll say this login button. So just created on the index page, like drag drop button, done. So it's done its work. All I need to do is just run again, npm run dev. That's my preview button. I'd really appreciate if you smash that like button. It really helps other no-code devs find content like this. So I click the button and I've got a page. Okay, so my nice responsive page is ready as well. Yeah, there's no workflow, nothing in it. It's just the front end for now. Okay, let me remove the login with Google and this don't have an account. We're not making sign up yet. Can you please remove login with Google and the sign up text? So it's just gonna make a little diff, and from that component, these two will disappear. And forgot password, you know what? Remove forgot password as well. We're not making that yet. So then login, email, password, login. So what is the log the user in workflow that we need to add? Again, it's Supabase auth, and Supabase, all it needs is to write this sign in with password. We've already taught our AI agent how the fresh knowledge on the right knowledge. So all I need to do is like, okay, now write the workflow and let's go to a new dashboard page with just current user debug info, nothing else. Okay. Now I'd like you to make a new workflow, which is log the user in using Supabase's auth, sign in with email and password. Then after that, redirect to a new page dashboard, which basically just has the current user's debug info like email or token and whatnot. And don't set up any middleware redirects yet. I'm going for the tutorial step by step. Okay, the note about middleware redirects, that's something which is definitely recommended, and that's something we will get to in a little bit. It's checking Supabase's setup in the code base. It's checking the environment variable. And it's like, okay, we already have a whole bunch of stuff here already. So let me just create a bunch of code. Again, this is referencing Supabase's fresh authentication documentation. It's creating the dashboard page to just show some basic user info. So the dashboard page, we can take a look at the code as well. It's not much in a sense. It's like user information, JSON stringify user, and session information, the session. What is user in session? It's like Supabase auth get user, Supabase auth get session. So these are like setting custom states or something like that, which is like current user state, current user email, current user logged in, that type of stuff basically. And now it's editing the login form. The login form is like, okay, logging in. So it's automatically added a little state here. These types of transitions in Bubble are really hard. It's like, okay, when you click, you just make a logging in ... No, don't make the person double click, but it seems to say it. I've done my work now. So let me just double check it. I have another video about to go, which allows how we can get Claude using MCP to test its own stuff to verify, because this is a very common thing. AI says, I'm done, but then it's not really done. And we need to just basically copy paste errors over and tell it. And once you tell it, it's just like, oh, sorry, I missed something or I made some mistake, and then it'll fix it. But right now for the tutorial, I haven't set all of that up yet, but it's on YouTube. You know what? I'll link it in the description below. By the time this goes out, that one should be live. So it's called Playwright. Get Claude to test using Playwright MCP server. Yeah. So we've got this working now. test@askitech.com. Same email, same password. We've got a dashboard page and we've got user ID information, the email, the role ID, the UUID and metadata and a whole bunch of stuff is coming here. So what did we just do in Bubble equivalent? We added a button, we log in, we added a new page, which is the login page. We added log the user in workflow. We added a new page dashboard and we showed current user is logged in here. Okay. Now, one thing which sometimes Bubble devs miss, let's say I make a dashboard page, I want this dashboard page to be only accessible to logged in users and have a server-side 302 redirect. There's a whole doc about this on AirDev. Let me pull it up. This one, how to build the quick and safe redirection. So on page is loaded, go to page index, current user is logged out, that condition. This is done on the server side, not client side. So earlier when I was talking about don't do the middleware magic stuff yet, that is server side redirects. Ideally, this dashboard page should not be accessible to incognito users. Okay, so if I go incognito and open dashboard, I see null. This is a security loophole, and it's a common thing which Bubble devs miss as well, reserving their pages so that their server side not possible to open either. So what I'm going to do is just I'm going to ask Claude to just set up the middleware redirects so that the dashboard page is only accessible to logged in users. That's usually when you ask Claude to set up auth, it will try and hammer that in as well. For the tutorial, I wanted to go step by step. Now let's set up some middleware to avoid the dashboard page being accessible to logged out users. If some logged out user tries to access the dashboard page, they should just go to the login page. In the setting up auth, okay, create the login page, auth confirmation. We didn't do email confirmation or that type of stuff. Yeah, this one. Make an authenticated only page using server-side props, or you just want this page to not be accessible for others. Okay, so be careful when protecting pages, Supabase, docs, XYZ. So you want to protect the pages in the right manner, and that's what it does. So get user, not redirect, something like that. I can't write this, but I just know I'm aware of it. It's the same with Bubble. If you're not aware feature of this redirect, you can leave the door open even in your Bubble no-code app. It's not like Bubble will save it or anything. You have to know how to apply the redirects in the right place. If you don't know it, well, you left the door open. So now it says it's done. Okay, let me just double confirm. So here, dashboard, we can open an incognito tab and try and open dashboard. So dashboard, auto redirect to login. It's not even flickering that user side. So it's just going straight to login. That's a server side redirect happening here, okay? Again, what's left with login? You just want to do logout, and logout is similar. Sign the user out. Supabase has an authentication helper, sign the user out, logout, and it'll be done. So if I just ask it on the dashboard page, can you add a simple logout button and also add the workflow to log the user out and go back to the home page? So again, logged out button, it'll add the workflow, log the user out, it'll add the next workflow, go to page, home page, and just be done. The code itself won't be that complicated. This is the button, on click, disable, loading variant, login, log out, logging out, handle log out is the workflow, await, Supabase, auth, sign out, that's the log the user out workflow for Supabase. Routers.push is go to page, / is the home page. So that's what this is basically. It's just, I'd say because of AI, I don't know how people would do this before AI. I can't write this, okay? But, well, now that it's written, I can understand it to an extent. So if I click log out, logging out, login, okay, done. So what did we just do in like 10 minutes? Login, test@asciitech.com and log the user in, current user page, log out, log the user out, the state, loading, all back. So we looked at a little bit on how the workflow tab in Bubble has an equivalent in code and how to get AI to write the right login and log out and authentication, how to secure the page routes using redirects in Bubble or in code. There's too many similarities here. I'm sure you must be understanding as well. And that's because Bubble is just an abstraction on top of like, regular authentication and redirects and security. It's not like there's a million ways to make web apps. The internet works a certain way and it looks familiar. We're just making AI do the complicated code writing part. So if you've got questions, drop a comment below. In the next video, we're going to be adding a bit more stuff inside the dashboard page as well. We're going to view my listings. We're going to add new listings and we're going to edit new listings. We're going to delete new listings. So more workflows, more using AI, regular CRUD operations, and see how that builds up slowly over time, and then you can understand the code base as well. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel to stay in touch as videos come out. I plan on posting weekly about Bubble to AI code transition, but if you want to go faster, you can join the school community. There's about 100 of us trying to navigate through this transition from Bubble to AI code, and I've got a whole set of courses and some content here, a complete SaaS build as well, and we've got live weekly Q&As happening here as well, and lots of interesting discussion and topics going on in the community. Link in the description below. Thanks. Bye.